going on, Geekdom? This is Chipmunk doing another reaction. Today, we are checking out a video from Anime's channel. Excellent channel to check out, like top 10s, top 20s, best of. He has a channel as far as just anime and stuff goes. Everything in anime, he posts about it. This one is the top 10 anime releases in fall 2024. I wanted to check out to see what, and I know this is, dropped like a month ago, but I wanted to see what his picks and stuff were, as far as just top anime releases of 2024. I haven't gotten to see a lot of the animes and stuff that's supposed to be coming out in the fall, so I want to see exactly what anime I may have missed that he has on the list. So this is also a good chance for those who love anime, who want to just see what other animes and stuff that's out there that they also probably had missed, didn't know that was coming out. I know it's going to be a lot of like the bigger animes on this one, but there might be some small animes that we probably didn't hear or know about beforehand. So yeah, let's check this out, see exactly how this goes.
List of anime this fall, my heart just dropped at the sheer amount of those shows, old and
Don't
new,
forget to jump onto his channel.
soon. And right then and there, I just knew that this video was gonna be an all-nighter for me. But as usual, before we begin, I just want to thank you all for supporting my channel and remind all those that didn't subscribe yet to join the family to receive all our upcoming news and be notified of all our latest new videos. With that said, beware for the obvious spoilers, and let's dive on in. And first, we'll start with Re:Zero, Starting Life in Another World, Season 3. Movisaido Isekai Mongrels for the King has finally returned to claim his throne and rightful place above all other isekai anime. After a long 4 years, the juggernaut we all know and love, Re:Zero returns for its third season after being announced in Anime Japan. On March 23rd, becoming the highlight of the event, the wait is finally over and the journey continues from where it's left off. New faces will be introduced as well as the old ones. And Re:Zero isn't going to be taking all the spotlight and attention from other
watching it. I didn't really get into it.
To fight off anyone that even dreams of touching its throne,
which is pretty sad.
At overthrowing it. And do you know what the best part of it all is? It's the fact that episode 1 is going to be 90 minutes long. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 90-minute special, all to kick off the series with a bang. Some of you are already familiar with the word Uzumaki and almost immediately and intuitively pair it up with Naruto. Well, I hate to break it to you, but there exists yet another Uzumaki that isn't so cheerful and happy. The anime I am talking about is Uzumaki Spiral into Horror. Junji Ito. This notorious mangaka is known for his horror manga in Japan and hailed as one of the, if not the, best horror mangaka in the West. And one of his best horror anime mangas is now in anime that will release this fall. In the town of Kurozu, people are falling into madness bit by bit due to a supernatural event and curse on their town in the form of spirals. And some even reach deadly outcomes from this mad obsession with spirals. Now, the anime is built around certain separate cases of spiral madness. However, later on, the main character discovers that something even more sinister and inescapable is responsible for the madness that befell the town. This anime is one of Junji Ito's masterpieces, so it is bound to be epic as hell, enjoyable, and of course,
I definitely would check that one out.
All my channel watchers and
followers, I think people talked about the manga a lot with that one.
I just never really enjoyed them. Until, of course, a certain anime came breaking through the door and kicked some sense into me, pun intended. This anime is, of course, Blue Lock Season 2. Now, with Season 2
I haven't checked out Blue Lock.
is never higher, and the stakes are at their highest with the Blue Lock project continual in the balance.
There's not that many sports anime that I really get into.
Finally here, and Isagi is faced with this hardest challenge.
I've tried with a couple,
Ego Jinpachi
but I just
needs to gather
can't get into a lot of the
to take on
sports
the national
anime.
U20 team because the Japan Football Association administrators are dubious about the project. Their failure could mean the termination of the Blue Lock project and the end of all time, effort, and sweat the players put into training and honing their skills all in Season 1. His opponents are no mere players. They are trained and nurtured under the tutelage of Itoshi Sai. If Ego wants to have any hope of winning, then he will have to form a well-balanced team comprised of only strikes. This will be his hardest test yet, And will he make it, or will the Blue Lock initiative falter and fall to bits? Well, only one way to find out. Conspiracy theorists are just going to gobble this anime up. I mean, who wouldn't want for their insane supernatural beliefs to be actually true? And not just that, but also get the chance to experience them firsthand. This anime is all about that. Coming right up, we have Dan Ghosts or Aliens.
I'm waiting on a lot of people to drop like the dubbed version because I really do want to watch it in dub. I want more episodes to drop.
As an avid believer in the
I know
extraterrestrials, we call
has it,
aliens that
Hulu
are
has
to
it,
take out humanity and live in its place.
but they don't have all
And
the
second
episodes
main
out
character
for the
is
dub
a
version. I
believer
just
in
want to
the
watch it in
concept
dub.
of ghosts, the souls with the unfinished business still lurking in our world, searching for their purpose. Their argument of who is real ends with a bet made to prove once and for all who is right and who is wrong all that time. However, what they end up discovering is something they never even dreamt of in their wildest dreams. Apparently, they were both right since aliens and ghosts existed in this world. Ayase Momo
I've heard that a lot of people are enjoying it.
And gained supernatural psychic powers.
I know the
And
opening
Ken,
theme
he ends up the
song.
victim of a powerful curse that also grants him
People are
powers
praising.
and abilities. And up next, we have a very hyped up one, which is Are Fureta Season 3. After a really long time and a lot of fans' demands, after 2 seasons and 4 OVAs, the anime is finally back after being greenlit for a 3rd season. This time, the team is going to face a great trial, and will have their
I don't think
work
I've
cut
heard
out
of
for them,
this
that's
one
for
at
sure.
all.
This will be an arc like none other, with Hajime and his harem of beautiful yet terrifyingly powerful women facing off against the kingdom after it slaughtered the innocent were-rabbit people. Hajime isn't the kind of person that just rolls over and dies. He is the kind of guy that will destroy
Not a machine gun.
and pulverize anyone that stands in his way, and pulverize he shall. The king had it coming, and me, personally, I love this show. So much that I know I will definitely enjoy watching the snot getting kicked out of that king when Hajime gets his hands on him. And up next, yet another hyped up anime that everyone has loved for decades, Bleach. 1,000-Year Blood War. The conflict. The battle still rages on and Soul Society remains in shambles. Last season ended with Ichigo finally unlocking his true Zanpakuto, a dual blade that represents both his Hollow and Shinigami powers. His training arc has, some might call it, is finally concluded, and now it is time
I
for him
stopped
to go back
caring
down there
about
and
Bleach.
kick some ass.
Sadly enough,
However, he won't be the only
and
one doing that.
it's
After
crazy
all,
because I
the
was
captains
enjoying
are going
it
to have their fair
years
share
and
of
years
mayhem.
ago.
The highlight of the season, however, at least
I actually
for me,
liked the show,
is going to be that
but
glorious
then
phrase.
it just kept on going off of where
Katen Kyokutsu
from
Karamatsu
what I
Shinji.
did like about
After
the show.
long last, the
So I
forbidden
just
rank
stopped watching
Bankai
it.
of champions Shinzui is going to be revealed and animated for us to witness all in its glory. This arc is all about the action and the battles taking place and jumping from one site to another. Wherever you look, all you will see is battles here, battles there, and Shinigami clashing against the forces of the Sternritters. This is going to be a battle for the ages, an arc that will remain in the talks for the next 10 years to come. Let's just hope that the animation will remain the same and look as glorious as the trailers. From the battle to decide who rules the world and the grim atmosphere of war, we shift to an anime that, even though has its fair share of epic battles, still manages to have a lighthearted theme to them. And here up next we have another familiar one, which is Shangri-La Frontier Season 2. Sunraku-san? Man, what is this madman up to this time, huh? I bet Emilia's trying her hardest to keep that bird-brained trash gamer out of trouble. I mean, after all he went through along with his 2 other companions, finding one of the juggernauts and main endgame content of the game, who can blame him for searching for something more of a challenge? Sunraku-san,
I haven't
his
heard of
friends,
this
who have
anime.
formed a new guild, are surely up to no good, looking for new ways to unravel the secrets and mysteries of the game that is called Shangri-La Frontier. Honestly, I have always been the harsh critic when it came to game-themed anime series, since none of the series before ever managed to grasp the true essence of an adventure game, or that of gaming in general. Until, that is, the day I watched Shangri-La Frontier. This show was recommended to me by one of my friends, and thank God I listened to him and watched the show, because now I can easily say if anyone is ever going to make a gaming anime from now on, this anime better be its source and its blueprint. This game anime managed to grasp what it is to actually be in a game. Enjoying it, losing in it, this series just had it all right, and I just can't wait for Season 2 to drop so that I can binge this series again and enjoy it to the utmost possible levels. Ah, yes.
I'll give it a try.
It is nice to be young again, and nothing
'Cause
speaks
I
young
felt the
louder
same
than
way
sports
about
and gymnastics. This anime is
that-
all about
that genre
motivation,
of-
training, self-improvement,
Sub-genre of
and above
anime.
all else, it is about leaving your comfort zone and doing something with your life. Blue Box is the story of an above-average athlete with a crush on the school's athletic ace Chinatsu Kano. This story is all about the main character who somehow, by some twist of fate, ends up living with Chinatsu under the same roof and train together in the same school. Motivated by her athleticism and wanting to be on her level to impress her and ask her out, he decides it was time for him to leave his above-average comfort zone and actually put in some effort for once. And boy, did he aim high. He didn't only accept a better performance, oh no, he decided to go all the way in and climb the highest peak of athleticism, and he decided it was time he got into shape and joined nationals. This anime is definitely going to spur some of us to get good and reshape our lives for the better, something that we all need in our lives. Motivation. And here next, we also have reincarnated as an aristocrat with an appraisal skill season 2.
What?
The best thing about this anime that everyone loved this season 1 is the fact that the main character is not the overpowered, powerful, breaks the system and bends.
It's crazy how many reincarnated
on the contrary,
animes
really,
there are.
opposed to all other
Oh my
reborns
goodness,
and
the
no
fan
anime
service.
out there, the focus of this anime wasn't the character himself. However, it was the job and the task he had to carry on his shoulders even at such a young age. This main character was forced to rebuild his nation and create a powerful roster of recruits, not based on their race, nobility, or power, but based on pure powers and abilities, active and latent. This main character is going to build a nation like none other thanks to his ability of appraisal. The first season was a great success, and since everyone just couldn't have enough, he is back for a second season stronger than ever. Are you ready to watch him recruit more allies? I definitely am. Up next, we have Ron Kamanohashi's Forbidden Deduction Season 2. Someone late at night woke up
I haven't
and
heard of this
decided to
one
make a main
either.
character that is as smart
Crowd
as
mystery.
Shinichi from Case Closed, and while we were at it, why not make him the descendant of none other than the notorious Sherlock Holmes on one side and the wicked Moriarty on the other? One hell of a combo, don't you think? And the best part, just like all combos come with fries, you get your own comic relief humorous character that accompanies him solving quote-unquote cases. At first, it may have sounded quite insane. In the end, this character came to be. And the first season of the show did quite well, with a rating of 7.47. I'd say that's a win. And just like any good anime, you just can't get enough from one season and always have to go for seconds. That's why the series is back and stronger than Season 1, with more cases to be solved and the lineage of Ron that was revealed left as a mystery to unravel. Let's just hope that this season is going to be as impressive as the one before it. I guess Yor is out of a job and needs a new way to make a living. Well, Yor look-alike at least, but I guess it still counts. You are Miss Servant. Hitoyoshi Yokoya is a high school student who currently lives alone. One day, an unfamiliar girl knocks on his door and offers to be his maid. She reveals that she is a former assassin, which makes Hitoyoshi nervous, but when her skills save him from being run over by a truck, Hitoyoshi ultimately decides to
He
take
would
her
have
in.
been transferred into a whole different world. He would have been in an isekai. It would have been all perfect.
When it comes to housekeeping, and is only good in one thing, and one thing only: assassination. She is going to be the ultimate waifu, I could see now. One thing as an introvert I can personally confirm is the fact that we are ready to go to any extent whatsoever as long as we get to keep fulfilling our introverted life at home, out of risk and jeopardy. And that leads us to 365 days to the wedding. These introverted office co-workers Rika Honjoji and Takia Ohara are going to have their whole introverted life routine decimated for them to do a new branch of the company opening soon in Siberia. Now, any other person would just jump in delight at the thought of traveling to another country, but oh no, not as introverts.
Not everybody.
Oh, no. We are just not prepared to lose our peace and comfort zone for anyone, even close friends, and certainly not for a company. The whole idea of losing such a precious thing keeps an introvert like me up at night, and these two are no different. The catch about the candidates that will be prioritized to go to that branch were that they are supposed to be unmarried. That was when Rika decided to take the extreme way out of it and ask for the aid of her coworker in order to achieve their mutual goal: not traveling to Siberia. The two agree then, and they're an act as a soon-to-be wed married couple. And as we all know, no rumor stays hidden in companies or offices. Oh no. Soon after, the whole office finds out, and now the two are stuck for the whole ride. The funny part in all this is the fact that these two barely ever talk and don't even know the first thing about one another. We'll talk about the short end of a stick. This man got it all. Haruka, a high school student, obviously, is isekai'd alongside his whole class to another world, hence the anime name, Loner Life in Another World. Now, we explained the Other World title name part, however, it is time to explain the loner side. You see, Haruka tried his best to not get isekai'd, with being completely oblivious to the fact that his classmates will receive powerful godly skills that they chose themselves.
How the hell did your whole class get
selection ritual? This ritual is
It's always crazy to me how people end up in the whole isekai world. Like, what the heck is happening?
And all his friends had already picked all the good skills and left him with nothing but leftovers. The god of this world, feeling bad at his blunder, decides that even though all the other students received one skill on their journey to becoming heroes, he will end up granting Haruka all the leftover skills. I bet you can already see where this is heading by now, and yes, you are right. It is one of those quantity over quality anime. Combining his wit, equipment, and seemingly useless skills, Haruka manages to sail smoothly into this world and enjoy his time. The same can't be said for his friends, however. That part is for you guys to get into and discover. And up next, we have Yakuza Fiancé. Love and the Yakuza are two words that you just won't imagine mixing, and for a fair reason too. The main character of this romance anime, and I am not even sure if it counts as one, is being literally sold off by her grandfather in a gang mafia peace treaty as an olive vine offering for the prominent Yakuza gang in Tokyo. She then is forced to travel from Osaka to Tokyo to live with her soon-to-be husband, the grandson of the Mishima mafia leader in Tokyo. Even though this main character had lived with gangs and mafias all her life, especially the Yakuza, and is already familiar with their old ways of doing things, she still manages to get taken aback by the sheer violence and brutality her sadomasochistic soon-to-be husband displays in front of her. He is a literal monster in sheep's clothing, to say the least, and with no way back home and the treaty between the two major families on the line, Yoshino had no other choice but to move forward. Steeling herself for the mayhem that comes next, Yoshino must be ready to take on whatever life, school, and even Kirishima, her fiancé, throws at her. It's her only choice, honestly. And up next, we got Demon Lord 2099. I guess even Demon Lords were bound to receive some character updates at some point. This is the story of Demon Lord Veltol, a powerful beast that ruled the land of Shinjuku 5 centuries ago with an iron fist. He is now back after a slumber of almost 5 centuries, and what he sees is nothing like the world or era he came from. What he finds in front of him is the bustling city of Shinjuku, with
supposed to be like modern time feel, but it feels like
and is in need of some time
isekai
to
type
the scene
people.
and understand
That's what it kind of looks
he
like.
is seeing in front of him. What seems to him as magic is just mere technology to us. However, do not fear, he will soon learn to adapt with his new situation, and just like how he took over the world the first time, he's gonna do it again and achieve all his evil and sinister goals. And up next, we have Rurouni Kenshin Season 2. After almost 2 decades, the infamous Rurouni Kenshin, a legendary anime, returned to a small screen with a new reboot and improved beyond measure animations.
Yeah, I was like, I heard
As
today he
someone that
had
used to
gotten a
watch the
reboot, and I
original
was like,
one, I was so
man.
hyped when I heard the news of a reboot, and to say the least, it delivered. Everyone here must agree with me that the anime delivered and was more than perfect. But I mean, honestly,
I didn't watch the
my
reboot,
bias
though.
to the anime aside,
So that's something I
just
have to
couldn't find a fault
check
or
out.
even tiny mistake in it. I just couldn't. The anime reboot was just pure perfection. And since we just couldn't have enough of our homeboy Saito, the anime is gonna bless our screens once more this fall with the release of the 2nd season of the story. Let us just hope to God that the perfection of Season 1 is translated into Season 2. And here next we have Goodbye Dragon Life. Okay, so I guess when it comes to reincarnation, the writers are kinda starting to get creative a bit in that aspect. The anime is clear evidence of such a feat that the creators of it have achieved. You see, just as the name implies, our main character is actually one of the 7 dragons of creation. A mighty, powerful dragon that even the gods of that world feared and wanted no quarrels with. After being defeated, eventually in the same hero versus demon king fashion, he reincarnates as a simple human named Dolan, living a peaceful life planting and raising crops in the countryside. It's not the best life, but it's a peaceful one, and he quite enjoys it. One that he couldn't experience when he was a mighty dragon. It was cozy and made him happy to say the least, and one day when walking in the swamp, he befriends a lamia, a half-human, half-snake creature called Selena. Becoming friends despite the glaring differences they had, however, his peace was short-lived as a new opponent has risen to fill the power vacuum he left behind. Will this new great evil, however, live up to the expectations to Dolan and be as powerful as him? We will have to see. And another familiar one comes up next. It is Demon Lord Retry R. The once game developer, now Demon Lord Hakuto Kunai, is back after a long time. But hey, at least we did get a season 2 eventually, right? While the Demon Lord continues his adventure in this revamped series, and after encountering the mysterious entity in the lowest level of the Bastille dungeon, he sets out for Hellion territory, where Grand Devils vie for domination of the realm. With the addition of a new advisor, the seemingly hopeless optimist Akane, the Demon Lord's army grows even more colorful, and their hijinks even wackier. One thing we can be sure of, things are about to get interesting and crazier than ever before. After all, the stakes are high this time, and Hakuto will require all of his wit, wisdom, and powers for this one. Now, about the movement of the Earth. That's actually what it's called. It's called About the Movement of the Earth. And honestly, I couldn't care less about what the anime actually speaks about as much as I am excited about the fact that the legendary Kenjiro Suda is going to be in this anime. The anime itself is taking place in 15th century Poland, and this was an era where scientific discovery was deemed heretical and could jeopardize religion. So the obvious solution was to burn everyone that had a higher IQ than wet concrete to the freaking stake. I mean, could this be the origin of meat and chicken skewers? But I digress. The life there was tough, especially for the people of thought and intellect which shared their ideas to the world and everyone around them. They posed a danger to the church and to the status quo. One of these individuals is Raphael, a genius prodigy that was supposed to major in theology. But a canon event in the form of an old raggedy man that just appeared out of nowhere was enough to change his mindset completely and get him asking the right questions. Like, what if Earth was, forgive my French, round? See, I know, right?
It's not flat.
Saying anything other than the Earth is flat back then was as heretical as it could get. And up next we have Nageki no Bore wa Intai Shitai. Yeah, if someone ever wants to compare this guy to anyone, just tell them that he is the one-punch man without the punch, the dog without the bark, Saiyan without the hair, the pirate without... Okay, well, you get the point. He's just a sham, a loser, a useless piece of crap freeloading and cheating his way through life thanks to his X+++ skills at pleading and begging while seemingly doing it cool. I don't know how that works or just how the hell he does it. I mean, he looks that edgy when he is such a wuss and a coward. A powerless nobody that has no single treasure hunting bone in his useless husk. Cryout simply is king from One Punch Man, someone that just gets out of the sticky situations by sheer power or dumb luck and the skin of his teeth. And lastly, we have the most notorious talker runs the world's greatest clan. The story of this one is quite straightforward. His grandfather, hailed as a powerful and epic hero, means the world to Noel, the main character of this anime, so of course he wishes to grow up and become like him one day. One tiny problem in this path though. It's his own ability that he got appraised for. The ability of talker. However, with enough determination, not even something as trivial as an ability can stand in the way of achieving your dreams. That is why this main character is gonna go out of his way destroying everyone and everything that could pose a threat to his dream through whatever means necessary. He might seem to sound like a notorious villain, but thanks to his particular skill, everyone around him sees him as their leader. Thus, he formed the strongest guild clan with the strongest members. In this way, since he is the leader
this
of the
one actually seems pretty interesting.
He is the strongest being.
Check this one out.
The manga has been ongoing strong for 4 years now, and the anime is already confirmed in dropping soon. However, let's just hope the anime does the manga justice.
Yeah. It's always, you're going to have a list of anime that you're more interested in than others due to your tastes. Everyone has their own taste when it comes to anime, and I'm definitely one of those people. It's always harder for me to get into like the isekai type of animes, also the sports animes. So, yeah, some of these I'm less interested than others. But there's some that I am looking forward to seeing. some that I definitely got to put on the list to check out here pretty soon. But yeah, I like the fact that there are so many different type of animes, especially ones that just come out. So, hey, if there's a type of animes that you are really not into, as far as just usually that you don't usually would go for, there's always something else that comes out that you probably would be more into, that you would probably be more inclined to see and check out. So that's a great thing. But yeah, y'all let me know what animes and stuff y'all looking forward to. If there's any animes and stuff that has just came out here in the fall, or is about to come out, or hasn't completed yet that you're waiting on to see, let me know. If you like this video, please put a like on the video. If you'd like to subscribe to see the rest of, to see some more of my reactions and other type of videos, please do. I'll be working on an A and B, and I'm going to do a polling for that as well. What A and B and stuff y'all would like me to do next. But yeah, again, I just appreciate y'all time. Thank y'all so much for jumping on and giving me a try. I really do appreciate it. Please do take care of yourselves and others. Peace, geekdom.